Well, hello and welcome to another episode of fixing things. Today I need to fix one of our bottle jacks that you can see here. This little one, but it's pretty fair size. And the problem I have with this one is that it's leaking, and that makes it stop working continuously. We have to fill it up with new oil, then it works for a while, and when it stands it leaks out and then it doesn't work again. And I'm pretty annoyed with that. So what I need to do is to try to fix it and change some seals. That's the goal here. And I have never done this before on one of these, but I have a pretty good understanding of how it works. It's a floor jack, but I need to turn it around and it's heavy. So we can see the other side. It's pretty much a bottle jack sitting here that pushes on this part, that moves these arms in that way, that actuates these arms going down like that. That makes the lifting. So small movement here makes a big movement there. That's the principle. So I need to get this floor jack off, and if I have understood this correctly, it's just fixed between the frames here. So if I take these bolts out and try to loosen it here, how that's gonna be done, I don't know. It should theoretically slide out of the frame. So I will take these bolts off here. And no, they wasn't loose. I pre-loosened them. I felt a little bit on them, so I knew that they actually will come off. So that's why it's so easy to turn now. But as I said, I have never done this before, so I'm not 100% sure this will work as I intend to do. But I already see a little bit of gap here. So this should be the way to go. And this is a high-end jack, so it's supposed to be serviceable. The cheap ones, you can't do it like this. You need to disassemble the whole jack pretty much to get the jack out. But these are made. These are supposed to be made so you can service them easily. And when easily, I mean you don't need to take the whole jack down. You only are supposed to be able to get it out. And yes, it's moving. And the question now is the piston here gonna let go of it? Yes, it is. And it's milky and nice, just as pistons should be. Not. I wouldn't say easy in any way, but at least, well, actually I would. That was pretty easy. That was actually super easy. So, next, the spring. Can I get it off of here? Yes, I can. And then the jack should theoretically just... No, it won't. Because there is a locking pin. There is a locking pin that needs to come out. That needs to come out. I need to get it started. Why is it so impossible? I just need to move a little bit up to 100. Like that. Now it's moving. Now I need to get the other side. Also. And then it should be able to slide out. Should. I say should. Oops, sorry. Like that. There is the locking pin. Oh, this is heavy. Like so. And for now, we are actually finished with this part. So I should be able to put it away down on the floor. And here is the pump piston that's going in this hole, like so. There are the bolts. Here's the spring. And here is the piston. I need some paper here. Piston has some... It has some scoring. Vertical scoring. So I wouldn't say it looks so super good. Because I can actually feel those. You can probably see them also. Here is pretty deep grooves. And I think that's due to dirt accumulating up here. Some of the dirt has gone down into the bore and made this scoring here. That's my guess. So the center nut is gonna lose the top here. So that needs to come off. I have loosened the top. There it is. There is just the outer seal. And here is the inner seal, and it's not feeling great in any way, this one. It's actually pretty bad. So I will need to try to find another one of those. I need to get this oil out. The oil again. Can't work with this oil, it's too disgusting. It needs to go. Like so. And next how are we gonna get this piston out? You really don't want to move. I think I will have to take my... Is that small enough? Nope. Is that one small enough? Nope. Is this one small enough? Yep. No. No, it's coming. Oh, there we have it. Oh, scheisse. And how are we looking down here? Well, actually, yeah, I would say okay. I don't know what you can see there, but I say okay. And how are we looking on the piston? This is actually new kind for me. Interesting. And down here I can't see any more seals, so but it's looking pretty nasty. The oil is coming out of it, and it's pretty dirty down here. It's not clean in any sense, so this needs to really be cleaned out good. I think there is probably a bit of blockage due to all this. Look at that oil. There is some really thick goo in the bottom of that, and I can see the goo around the edges down here, both in the outer and the inner here. There is some ugly goo down there, so I need to clean this in diesel. And the seal I need for this one is this seal, and I can feel it's not good in any way. It's super hard and it's not smooth. It has a lot of scoring in it, so that seal needs to go. I need to take that one out and see if I can get a new one for that. This seal is just a square. I don't know if it's square from the beginning, but it's an O-ring, and it seems to be good. But if I'm changing that, I'm changing that also. Then we have some more seals, and it's in here. There's actually a seal sitting up here. It's also very, very hard, sitting just in this area here. So that one needs to be changed. And all of this depends on if I can find these seals. Remember, this is an old jack. It's somewhere between 30 to 40 years old. So I don't know how easy it's gonna be, but I believe these are pretty standard. This is pretty much a square O-ring. This seems to be a little bit special because it has 3 lips. 1, 2, 3. Yes. It's a 3-lipped seal, metal, with a metal casing. So that one can be a bit tricky, and this one is a straight seal. Seem to be, yeah, I will see better when I take it out, but I think this one will be no problem. That one I know is no problem. The problem one can be this one. And the problematic thing here is that it's a 3-lip seal. Those are not common in every size. 1-lip seals and 2-lip seals, those are pretty easy to find in any size, but 3-lip seals, that can be a bit harder. So yeah, that's about what I can do right now. I won't bother you with filming taking these out. It's just prying them out. And when have done that, I will clean everything up. I might film that. I will flush it out with some diesel oil and maybe some brake clean in some parts. Then I will blow everything through with compressed air to make all the passages. I will take this plug out there, and I will investigate this plug also, what that does. If I can take that out, this one doesn't need to come out because it's open here. So yeah, take the rest of the plugs out, clean this out, make it as clean as possible. Clean all the other parts out, take the seals out of this one, and take that seal out. But that comes later. Now to the cleaning part, I would say. I have received my seals, and I changed this seal out up here. This is a scraper seal, and the original one that was already here was looking just fine. It was a little bit hard, but it looked like it was sealing, but it changed. And this 3-lip seal over here, I also changed that one out, and this is actually doing the sealing and the scraping. The outer part here is the scraper, and the 2 inner seal lips here are the actual seal lips that's sealing around the shaft. And what it's sealing against is any leakage over from the pressure side to piston side here. If anything goes over here, it prevents it from leaking out of the jack. And I didn't find any information on this what should I call it, sleeve or whatever it is that's sticking out. That's a little bit deformed here. I got no information about what this is and what it's actually good for and why I need it. So I don't actually know if I really need it. But I can clearly see that it has been deformed, and what actually hitting it, I don't know. But as I said, this seal will be reused because I can't find it anywhere. And the actual sealing done around the pump shaft, this is the pump shaft. Looks like that. Is done by an O-ring down here. I will pick it out. There is a backing ring behind the O-ring. There it is. It's just an ordinary O-ring. Like that. And it's a little bit scratch on the inside, but there's very, very little wear on this one. And it's still soft and springy. So I don't think this is leaking, but no matter what, I will change it out for a new one. Just because I have them. And it might hold for a little bit longer. I don't know. But anyway, I have new ones, so I will put a new one in there. They're also soft and nice. But this one has no scoring on the inside that I can feel, because it's new, of course. So it should seal even better, because this one seals around this shaft like that, and it drags like that. And I have good resistance with that one, and there is much less resistance with this one. So this has some use, and why there is scoring there is because if I look very close at this, you can see here, I don't know if you can see, but I hope that you can see, there is actually some grooves here. There, some small, not small, there is a lot of grooving, I mean, in this area here. And a little bit there, also some here. And there are some long scratches here also. So there is a bit of scoring on this one. I will take, I think it's called Scotch-Brite, and just touch this up to take any high points or high, yeah, you know what I mean. Take them off a little bit so it will save a bit on this O-ring and not destroy it as fast. But I think those scratches are enough to make this leak a little bit. So I hope I will fix the leak problem by changing them out, because the old seal here didn't show any signs of leakage. And there should not be much oil on this side, because the oil should be on the pressure side. This is the lower side of the piston. This is just for stopping any oil coming past this seal up to this side. But I couldn't see, this wasn't wet. A little bit, but not much. And there was no sign of leakage in this area either. So I don't believe that was leaking. I believe the leaking was from here. And I believe it's because these scores on this shaft had actually scored this O-ring. So it was letting some fluid past. But now I will try to reinstall a new O-ring here. In this position. So let's see if we can lift this backup ring in place again and hold, and it stays that there, something like that. Let's push this new O-ring down in position and try to get it in its groove. Yeah, I believe that's right there. There it is. Yes, new O-ring in place. So that's the seals I'm gonna change. So I changed that one, I changed the top lip here, and I changed the O-ring down in here. And that's all the seals I need to change. Actually, I would need to change this seal also. There is a no-go on that one. I will keep trying to find the correct parts for it. And as I said, I will continue the video if I find the parts I need. If I don't, this will be the end. So, that's where we stand right now. Well, a small update here. I looked through my hydraulic parts stash and I found something pretty funny for once. Usually when I do hydraulic works, I find the seals, or I have the seals, but the problem is always the backup rings. I never have any backup rings that fits. I always have to order new backup rings for every time I'm doing some work, and I have a O-ring that has a backup ring. I need to find a new backup ring. But I went to my hydraulic stash and I started to look if I had any kind of seal that could potentially fit here. And of course, no luck. But guess what I found? I found the exact same backup ring that's sitting here. Those are the exact same backup rings. So for some funny reason, I have a backup ring for this, but I don't have a seal. And I think that's hilarious. Well, that didn't help me out because the backup ring is only part of that seal that's usable. But if I need one new, I have one new, but I still don't have the seal. That was it. So my friends, I have finally found something that's almost the correct seal. It's not the correct seal, but almost. It's as close as I can get it. This is a ordinary PU lip seal that I have found that should be in the right dimensions. And I hope, I'm not sure, but I hope I will be able to use this one instead of what actually should be there. But we will find out. Let's start with taking off the end here. This locking ring here. Like that. There's the locking ring. And then we have the backing plate. Like that. And the backing plate should be like that. But when will there be pressure? On this side. There shouldn't be any pressure on that side, right? Or am I wrong? Well, it doesn't matter. That's the way it should be mounted, so because having it on this side won't do anything because I have the... No, it must be like this. That must be correct. And then this one should just pop down here in the groove like that. And that's it. I believe that one is now in its correct position. Now should be in position. And this is cleaned out. This has the seal. These seals are changed. So I guess that's it. I think it's time to actually reassemble this unit.
Here I am filling the unit with new hydraulic oil. I use the oil can just to not spill as the filling hole is so small on the jack. Woo!
So good, folks. The jack is back on the table. And we're gonna see if I'm able to fit this back into here, or if I will fail with that task. I don't really remember how I got it out. This one is supposed to go in there, and then there is supposed to be a locking pin there. How long does it need to be? Not so long. I think we want one of those. Yeah, we want one of those. And then we need to set the spring also there. So let's first do that. And then find the spring. And here's the spring. And I believe this one should go like that. And then down to this one. Like that. And that should be it. Then it's supposed to go over to here, and then I need to separate this a bit. It needs to come up so it can go in. Then we need to stop for a while and figure out how we are gonna put the... it's very hard to maneuver because it's so heavy. You have to put this piston here in its position also. There we go. And then we need to get this one up to its correct position. I believe we can do that by tilting it over, and it should fall down. And then we have the bolts. And the hole is there. And I believe this one is the same thing. It needs to come up just a little bit. Something like that. It's not going anywhere. And now I need to spin this back on the wheels. But it shouldn't fall apart this time. Of course it beats me. Why wouldn't it? It took my finger really bad. That should be closed. Yes, it's going up. When we do that, we should have sinkage, and we have. And it goes nicely all the way up, and then it goes down nicely all the way. Then we snag it up again, and it comes in a more hurry this time. Yes. And then we can release it again like that, and it goes down nice and smooth all the way. And I would say that this is a success. It works perfectly again, and I can't see any leaks down under, so I would say that we have succeeded with the task of renovating this jack. But there is some things left to do. I need to put a little bit grease. There are at least 4 grease fillings I have seen. One of them is there, so I'll put a little bit of grease in this one. And then I will sit down and I will think about what I will do next. Because what I'm thinking already is that I should paint this one. It's a pretty messy jack at this point. At least clean it on the outside, and then it could make with a new paint. Something nice, not orange. Maybe metallic blue. And then maybe put some kind of sticker here, or paint something here, maybe a channel name or something. I don't know. Or maybe do it on the sides. That would be something that this jack probably deserves. Because as I said in the beginning, this jack is a very old jack. My father got this jack a long time ago. I don't know exactly when, but a very long time ago. And he used it on his trucks and things. And then my brother, that's 10 years older than me, one of my brothers, took this jack for his, and he used it for a certain time, and until he thought that this was too big for him. So then he gave it to me, and I have used it privately first, and I have used it in my business until it broke. So this has probably wandered around somewhere between 35 to 40 years in our possession. And it wasn't brand new when my father got it either. So it's a little bit older than that. And there are some memories with it. So that's why I'm mostly putting the time into it, making it working again. Because I have other jacks in this size, so I don't really need this one. But I want it to work because I have, as I said, some memories with it. And it's nice to have things when you have a little bit of memories around them. But now it's done. Now it's working, so we could start using it like this. But as I said, firstly, it's not looking so nice, so that's why I want to paint it. And I think it deserves a paint. And secondly, I don't like these handles. I don't like that they are white and ugly like this. So I really would like to give this a paint job. I don't promise that you will see it painted in this ending, because I don't know if I have the time. But if it's not in this video, I will put it in some other video, just to for show how it looks. So if you want to be sure not to miss that, please consider subscribing if you don't have already done that. And when you are in there subscribing, press the bell button also, so you get notified when a new video comes out. And perhaps even push the like button for this video if you like it, or don't. But I would really appreciate you subscribing. It would help me with the algorithm, and it would make me tremendously happy. So please do that. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So we are done at this point. I don't know when this video is gonna be released, so perhaps you will see it painted in the ending here, but I don't promise that. And as I said, if it's not in this video, you will find it in one of the coming videos. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I thank you for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next one.